If you want to get lean or leaner and sustain that for the rest of your life, then you need to stop having these 7 foods, because all they are doing is promoting fat gain. And the first one is carbs, more specifically refined carbs like pasta and bread. And the problem is with the processing. They finally refine it and remove all the fibrous wheat germ and bran, so you are left with a simple form what you can break down if it needs to be broken down and stored as fat. Sugars. Don't get fooled, this is still in the category of carbs. We are only talking about the simplest form of it. So that's going to be glucose. Your body needs the least amount of energy to process it and store it, because it is in its purest form. And this is the reason why this is so deadly when you are trying to lose weight. Fats, more specifically saturated fats, what you can find in red meat and butter. I don't need to explain this, but in 1 gram of fat you have 9 calories. That's more than twice the amount what you have in carbs and protein. And I won't go into the health side of things, but just know this. It is really easy to ramp up your calories because even the smallest portion has large amount of calories in it. Fried foods, and this is a combination of carbs and fats. You cover your food, and that can be meat or even veggies, in flour, then eggs, and then in breadcrumbs. You get it? Breadcrumbs, and then you deep fry it in oil. And then the food what you are trying to have is going to soak up a lot of oil and fat, and it is going to shoot up its calorie content by a lot. It is not the best for losing weight. Dairy products like milk, cheese and creams. I won't even talk about the fact that majority of people, as they age, they are going to become less and less lactose tolerant, but more about the fact that these food types, they usually contain large amount of fats, and some of them, like milk, has lactose in it. That's almost the simplest form of sugar. It is technically 2 sugar combined together. And with this, all you are doing is slapping fat on your body. Processed meat, just like bacon, yes, the loved bacon, and deli meats. You like a good sandwich? Well, forget it. You already know that bread is bad, but deli meat? You mean the meat where they add extra saturated fat so it tastes better? Yeah, no, forget it. And lastly, alcohol, especially beer and mixed sweet drinks. Alcohol already has 7 calories per 1 gram compared to carbs and fat that has 4 calories per 1 gram, so that's almost twice the amount. And then they add sugar to the mix. It can be Fanta, Coke, not that Coke. And with that, all you are doing is inviting body fat to come to your party, and that's your body. Consider not subscribing to this channel if you believed anything I just said, because all of these were BS. At least the parts where I was connecting it to gaining body fat, and not the biological parts. I took these sentences from gurus who have a large amount of followers, hundreds of thousands, and all of you just believe them blindly, and you also get fooled by them. If you like these foods and you cut out 1, 2, God forsake, 3 or even more, then that's a recipe for disaster. And not to mention, you are going to set yourself up for failure. Or for example, I don't drink. Some of my clients tell me if I had children, I would. But I like all of these foods apart from alcohol, and I keep it in, even when I'm cutting or when I'm messing. It's the same thing. You just have to understand the calorie content of it. You will never sustain the desired body fat percentage and body weight if you can't make the foods what you like into a lower calorie version of it. And that is the secret. Everybody we train, we check the calories, what they are eating, we check the foods what they are eating, and then we adjust the carbs and proteins in that food, and we put in a strategy for the occasions when they go out, drink and eat, so they can still lose weight, eating the same food what they are eating right now and having the same lifestyle. You know why? Because it is possible, and probably this is the only way. And by all means, you can be a keto or a carnivore guy, but if you are only doing it for a trend or because you heard that it is a quick way to lose fat, then you are going to fail, and you are also going to gain back everything what you lost. And in worst cases, and unfortunately most cases are worst cases, you are going to gain back more as soon as you go back to your old habits, because you were craving, you were starving yourself, and it's also the foods what you liked eating and you couldn't have for months. Make your old habits viable so you can sustain and see great results. I like my breakfast. I also like my oats, and I also like my soup what I have for lunch, or the wrap, or even the burger I make with fried meat, and I never fry it in oil. And for dinner, again, I like my dinner. And this is how you can sustain it and make it happen. If this video was triggering your feelings, then you don't need to subscribe, but if it helped you in any way, or at least open your eyes, then give it at least a like. Talk to you soon.